Hello and welcome to BAM America. Today we have to be going over some important, almost in a sense, latest news of Trump's second impeachment trial. We'll also be going over Biden's presidency, since he hasn't even been in office for a month yet. We will also be telling you guys, why we haven't been having a podcast lately. So first, let's get into Trump's second impeachment. So, as you know, Trump was again impeached. This time without holding an office seat. The impeachment was based on what happened at the Capitol on January 6th. Something in history that it is not going to live lightly. I don't think it's going to be really fade away. It's got to be remembered. It's presentively very well. They're going to keep it. They're going to attack, the Democrats are going to attack it against the Republicans, I believe. To be like, okay, see, this is what you did in the past. What makes you think it's going to work differently for the future? And they'll just attack them on that. But anyways, this was based on the impeachment for January 6th. Now, when going upon what truly happened, their main thing was Trump incited the riot. He incited it all. It was his doing, and nothing else of it. When the true matter of the fact is, when you listen to the tape of when he is talking, he says to peacefully march down to the Capitol, to patriotically make your voices heard, and to cheer on those who will be, in a sense, blockading the electoral votes, challenging them. That's the best word to put it. He did not incite a riot. He did not say to go down there and to riot, to destroy the Capitol building. Trump's legal team did a very fine job, day 3, 4, and they did pretty decent on day 5. Day 1 and 2, they really struggled, and it didn't look too much of the best, but they regained their self, which was great. But anyways, upon all the hearings, there was a lot of lies too. They showed many great videos, really good, and I think it really helped change them. On day 5, they decided to call for witnesses. It was a 55 to 45 vote, 5 Republicans deciding to call for witnesses. They went on break at 12:30. They just came back and decided we're going to deny the witnesses. They all agreed. And what I think mainly went through their thought is they can call President Trump as a witness. The Democrats could, which would have been smart. But in turn, the Republicans could have called up Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, potentially Barack Obama, and many other people. And this was just handing them more rope to really choke on, in a sense. And then they decided not to after the break, and they came back and they just decided to vote. And it was a 57 to 43 vote. 57 deciding he was guilty, 43 deciding he was not. You need 2/3 of a vote from the Senate, which would be 67. They fell 10 short. 7 Republicans ended up siding with them. Those Republicans were Richard Burr from North Carolina, kind of a surprising one, Bill Casby from Louisiana, Susan Collins from Maine. I'm going to butcher this name very presentively. Lisa Murkowski from Alaska. She will be running again 2022, so she may have some heat on her. Mitt Romney, that's just an easy one. Ben Sasby of, I believe, Nebraska. Mitt Romney was Utah and Murkowski was Alaska. And then Pat Toomey of Philadelphia, and that one really surprised me, but that's fine. But it kind of shows that they were against it, and I really don't see why, and they will face jeopardy in their upcoming elections. I think there was 2 deciding they won't. They're just going to retire. But the thing is in history, there's only been 4 impeachments. One, I believe, back in 1867 for Andrew Johnson, the 17th president. He was not impeached, 1 vote shy. Back in 1999 by Bill Clinton. I forgot how many votes they were shy of, but he was not impeached. And then President Trump twice. Former President Trump. And the funny thing is now we're seeing in upper class days of This is what our politics may be turning into. Impeachment may be nothing. We never know what can hold in the future. Now, this was the shortest impeachment ever. Trump's first impeachment lasted about a week. Bill Clinton's lasted, I think, about 2 to 3 weeks, and then Andrew Johnson's lasted over a month. This one only lasted 5 days. It was the shortest impeachment in history. It very well could have gone on for much longer if they decided for witnesses, but that was very stupid of them, I think, to do it. And like I said, coming back, they decided not to, which is, I guess, all fine and dandy. But what we're also going to talk about is Biden's presidency. So far, he hasn't even been in office for about 3.5 weeks. His press secretary, butcher her name, Psaki, something like that. I'll have to circle back on her. Anyway, she's doing an awful job. Not the best. And then Biden, so far as presidency, he has killed over 70,000 jobs. I believe that number's up to about 90,000. Those being the Keystone Pipeline jobs. Many people aren't happy about that. That's no doubt. Now our gas prices are going to shoot up, back to when they were $1.60. And now they're going to go up to probably $4 now. When before they could just do one pipeline, now it's like, hundreds of millions of gallons of gas for trucks to drive gasoline and all that kind of stuff, which is really horrible. That's going to hurt him. He's basically made women's sports unfair now. Men can now compete. In women's sports, which this is in a sense unfair. They are men. They are not women. Whether they want to be called it, whether they think they are, whether they had surgery on stuff, treatments, all that kind of stuff. They are men. They are biologically men. They will always be men. That's just the number one thing. We've gone back in Syria. Great thing, Now we're back in the Middle East. It's going to be horrible. And then let the National Guard freeze in a garage. First week of his presidency, into his presidency, he had the National Guard. He had everything blockaded. It was a fortress there. And they froze in the garages, basically, while Trump offered his hotel on Pennsylvania Avenue for them to stay. And, if that's not a good president, I don't know what is. And then he has admitted that, he has no plan for COVID. There's no plan. It's impossible. When before he was running on, elect me, and I have a plan that will defeat COVID. And now it's no plan. No plan at all. It's impossible. It's uncontrollable. I think there's some words around what he said. He broke his own mask mandate. Federal properties, his very first day. You have to wear a mask on federal properties. He went to the Lincoln Memorial, didn't have a mask on. His entire family didn't. Already broke that mandate. Perfect. And then ended U.S. energy independence. Now we're not energy independent anymore. We're back over in China. Killed more jobs. I believe the jobs, like I said, are up to about 90,000 because he killed more of those. And he's just done a lot of stupid stuff. Already he's calling for unity when we obviously do not have unity in this country. We will never have unity until, I believe, a very, very strong leader. I don't believe President Trump is that strong leader, but he did do great things for our country, and he will do great things for our country, because another thing we're going to talk about is who's up for the election for the 2024 Republican nominee. And it's wide for the takings of President Trump. That's no disagreements. It's his takings or not. I believe he will. Has the firepower and he has the base. And it's growing largely while President Biden's base, in a sense, his likings are plummeting. His ratings are horrible right now. President Trump's are skyrocketing. And he should, I think, ride on that. I think he will. I think he'll run again. For his VP, I don't quite know who he would select. I don't think he'd select Ted Cruz. We need Ted Cruz in the Senate. Same with Rand Paul. Same with Josh Hawley. We need Jordan and the representative, and we need many others. I would think the smart move would be to select a governor. I think that's what he'll do. He can select Governor Ron DeSantis. Very smart. He can select the governor from South Dakota. she's a very smart person, very conservative, which is really nice and to see. He could select Ben Carson. That'd be another move. I don't know if he'll quite do that. The governor would be the best move, though. And for other people to ride that power of the 2024 seat, you could see someone like Ted Cruz. You could see someone like Josh Hawley, Rand Paul. Many other people, Mike Pence potentially, do it. Lindsey Graham could be another one. But Lindsey Graham and many other Republicans have said, he has this firepower. He needs to run on it. He needs to run again. Nikki Haley, I believe is her name. She was governor of South Carolina. She said that, he doesn't. He led us down the wrong path. When, you have many Republicans saying he needs to run again. He has the firepower, and he needs to not let that go. And I side with him very much. And then lastly, we're going to get into, why we haven't been uploading podcasts lately. So lately, we've had a lot going on. There's just been a lot. We've been trying some new stuff. We now have Discord. If you want to join our Discord, it should be in the bottom in the description. We also have, our YouTube. We've been uploading YouTube videos. We've been giving history videos and stuff. We continue to work on that. Now we have a Twitch channel, Wildcat Gaming 2K. We play and go over some awesome stuff there. So we've had a lot just going on out of the side. And I'm very proud of it. We've built our own website. That'll be in the link in the description. We've been just working on many other different stuff. That's why we really haven't been uploading as much. We have tried to consistently upload, but lately we haven't been able to. This is the first one back. I hope you, enjoyed this episode. If you're watching us on Spotify, leave a follow, because we will be uploading more. Again, I promise on that. If you're watching this on YouTube, please remember to subscribe. We'll be coming out with more historic videos today, so be paying attention for that. So you might want to click that notification bell. Again, if you're watching us on YouTube, leave a like. It really shows that we are doing a great job. And leave a comment. Let us know how we're doing. Anything needs to change, anything like that. As for now, remember, freedom is never free.